So, I know it's been a long time, guys. Haven't created a video in a while, but here we are. We're back, uh, taking the new year as to basically increase WrestleFlow's output in terms of videos and wrestling content, and this and that. So today, what we're going to be talking about is John Cena retirement tour. I know I made a TikTok on it. Follow me at WrestleFizz on TikTok if you're on TikTok. Make sure you guys subscribe and make sure you guys comment on what your thoughts are on the John Cena retirement tour or anything else wrestling. All right, so the retirement tour, guys. I think it's always been an irk for me because, you know, uh, for the most part, I started off as a John Cena fan during the whole Chain Gang, his U.S. title championship and reign, and all of those things. And over the years, then obviously he became Super Cena, which I wasn't too much of a fan of. But now, I'll be honest, guys, when I rewatch his matches, or even throughout this retirement tour, when I saw some of the clips, or even went to rewatch some of his old matches, I realized what a legend he was, and he is, and no one can take that away from John Cena. One of the greats, one of the goats, one of the best to ever do it, one of the best to ever step into the ring, and all of that. We always wanted him to turn heel. As you guys all know, I'm sure there's a big percentage out there that always wanted him to turn heel. And, it was one of those things that when he stepped away from, to go to Hollywood and all of those things, we kind of let that go and we kind of accepted it for what it was, saying that, okay, so maybe he will not, and that's something that we'll never get. And I guess at this point, we were all kind of over it anyways, right? We were like, okay, he's past his prime, probably never going to happen again, not even thinking about it, to be quite honest. What happened? He turned heel during his retirement tour, which, I'll be honest, one of my gripes was that I wasn't very happy with his heel turn, because we waited for such a long time, and I just feel like they weren't able to deliver as they should have with this heel turn. Even though this heel turn was past its prime, I'm sure that there could have been ways where that could have been delivered in a really good manner. As you guys all know, I understand. I liked how he turned heel with The Rock, and because I personally did not see that coming. I actually thought Cody Rhodes was the one who was going to turn heel, but obviously that was a swerve. Loved the surprise, loved all of that. But unfortunately, after that instance, the whole Travis Scott stuff didn't really pan out too well. So I guess that's one thing. That was one of the first few things of the retirement tour that really kind of threw me off, and I was kind of disappointed because, and then without explanation, that heel turn, went back to like a face turn, and obviously because I'm sure everyone was noticing what a flop this was backstage, and in management. Along with that, the whole Travis Scott thing being unexplained, and why and who and what, The Rock disappearing, I feel like were all big things that should have been explained, could have made the storyline or the heel turn make more sense, which never happened. So I guess that was one of the things. I liked the matches in the retirement tour. I just didn't like half of the matches in the retirement tour. I wasn't very happy with Gunther being the last one. I know a lot of people were for it, many people weren't. So, for one, it was that. And then I personally think LA Knight getting that rub from John Cena would have been way more impactful, just because he has so much charisma. He could pull promos, and I just feel like he would have been a great top next star, which I know many people do believe so as well, but it's just not resonating with the leadership, with the management over at the WWE. Let me know your thoughts on that one as well, because I'll be making a video on LA Knight and why he should be a top star, and unfortunately he's not. And I don't know, I get the age perspective of it, but I just don't understand why. So we'll talk about that on another time. But for one, that was one of the matches. I did like the Brock Lesnar one, AJ Styles, I think who else, CM Punk. All of those were great matches, but I just feel like there were like some of the tag team matches was a waste of a date, in my opinion. I understand it's cool to have them on Raw and do a tag match, all of that. I personally thought it was a waste. I feel like they should have had more high caliber stars, maybe wait for Jericho to return. I know they're all oldies, but like, hey, I feel like they're such legends at this point. It would have been, marquee, something that a little more controversial or something. I just felt it was dry, it could have been better. I personally think it could have been way better. And it's just kind of sad that, they let this opportunity go. Such a bright star, such, obviously John Cena, the legend. And I feel like we didn't get the bang for the buck, in my opinion. So let me know in the comments section, guys, whether all of those things put to the side, still, John Cena, hats off to Cena, hats off, respect, legend, all of that good stuff. Let me know in the comment section, guys, how do you guys feel about John Cena's retirement tour? It's over. He put up his boots. We're not going to see him anymore, according to him. Let me know in the comment section, guys. How'd you guys like his retirement tour? And if you guys haven't subscribed yet, make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you guys like the video. Make sure you guys throw in a comment. What are some things that we should discuss here at WrestleFizz, actually. And yeah, here you go. Happy New Year, guys. See ya.